This review has spoilers from The Amazing Spider-Man 2. If you're still watching after this warning, it's your own fault. Don't blame me. Now, if you look in the link below for my spoiler-free review, you'll notice how I keep mentioning how this movie feels like it's not a movie. That it's trying to get a lot of stuff out so for the next movies and the spin-offs. And it's because it's so much is going on and they're trying to rush everything into it. I mean, the quick breakdown is, if you've seen any of the trailers, you know Green Goblin's in it. But it's never established how or why Peter Parker and Harry Osborn, aka the Green Goblin, were friends. Ever. You just have to know that, oh yeah, they were friends at some point. But it's never mentioned in the first movie. Here, literally, Peter Parker just shows up at Harry Osborn's door. It's like, I'm sorry your dad died. I know how you're feeling. Hey, let's bust each other's balls and be buddies again. Rhino shows up at the very end, which I feel is misleading because every damn trailer and commercial for this movie has been big fight with the Rhino. And what happens? They don't even show the final fight. It's just like, hey, Rhino shows up at the end. I'm going to beat his ass. Electro. Oh, man. Electro. Now, everything I remember from Electro in all the cartoons and all the comics was that he was just a thief. He robbed banks and he had the power to control electricity through his body. He did not have some weird emotional attachment issues to people needing to know who he was. I mean, literally, if you just said, Electro, I need you, you're my friend, he would do anything for you. I wish I knew some supervillains like that. I could use some vengeance every now and again. I'd just be like, hey, supervillain, you know, I really need you. You mind helping me rob a bank? I mean, I could use some money. It's not going to connect to me, right? Yeah? Yeah? Okay, cool. No. It's just, oh, man. I honestly don't know. The deal with Electro is like... And yet another Spider-Man villain kills himself or is destroyed at the end. So Electro will not be part of the Sinister Six. So now the question begs to differ who the other members will be, because we now know of at least 4 of the members, being Doc Ock, the Vulture, Green Goblin, and the Rhino. Now, the other thing that's ticked me off about this movie in general, aside from the fact that at certain points it looked like they were trying to be Twilight through the relationships of Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy, is they're doing the thing where they're showing scenes in the trailer and then they don't even show up in the movie. The infamous Harry Osborn showing Peter, is like, Peter, your family was being spied on by Oscorp. It's like, why? It's like, we'd like to know. No, not in the movie. It's in every fucking trailer, but it's not in the movie. So I'm just like, why? Why do you tease people with that and then don't even add it? And I know everyone left and right has been going on about, oh, if you watch in that one scene, you can see that they have a file on Venom. It's like, that scene ain't in the movie anymore. So there is nothing indicating that Venom might be showing up in the next movie or even as a spin-off, even though everyone's talking about the Venom movie spin-off. So I don't know if it was because people were pointing out all these Easter eggs from the trailers or because Sony decided they want to do something different, but just everything is changing. Now, I used to be an electrician in the Navy. Don't get me started on how much crap they did wrong as far as electricity goes, but I will admit they did some fun things with Electro, but there was too much damn dubstep in this movie. I mean, every single time Electro used his powers, it was like, you swear they were playing dubstep. No. my allotment's used up for the year. The only part that I liked was when, in the last fight with Electro, he's zapping Spider-Man around and the electricity is playing the notes to Itsy Bitsy Spider, which they have done with Tesla coils, so that was kind of funny to me. Stan Lee's cameo was literally him sitting in the stand and saying, "Hey, I think I know that guy." I mean, I know they're just cameos, but it just feels like they're wasting it. Just like, okay, Stan, you've been in every Marvel movie. Might as well put you in this one somehow. And I don't know. I mean, girlfriend thought it was a good cameo. I didn't like it so much. Now, as far as things I did like about the movie, Gwen Stacy. If you are a fan of the comic series, you know she dies. I will give this movie credit in that not only did they foreshadow she was going to die from the very beginning, but they had the balls to basically say, yeah, it was Spider-Man that killed her. Not Green Goblin might have knocked her off and broke her back, not the shock of the... No, Spider-Man catching her with his webbing was the one who snapped her back. Because in the comic book, it's always been up to debate. But no, this time, it is definite. It was Spider-Man's fault. And it brings about that whole circle of power and responsibility thing. I also like the new design of Green Goblin's costume as glider, but as far as his actual physical look, I don't know. I just don't. It's... Like I said, there are good and bad things about this movie. I can't give it a clear-cut number review. It's just... It was packed too tightly. There was too much to try and process. And they wanted to process it because they want the big finale for their trilogy contract. And hopefully they'll get more. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But honestly, I think they could have done better with less content. That's my opinion. Some people agree, some people don't. It's up to debate for you, the viewers. Now, closing gripes. It has now been established that if you're watching a Marvel movie, you get at least one extra scene either in the middle of the credits or at the end of the credits. This is a Spider-Man movie. Why the hell are we watching an extra scene involving Mystique and rogue mutants for the new X-Men movie? I mean, last I checked, X-Men was... the rights were owned by Fox, and Spider-Man is Sony. I mean, I don't know if they got a corporate deal or something going together. If they do, let me know, because that would explain a lot, because I don't know what's going on. Well, that's all I got for this one. Tune in next time when I rant and rave about another movie. I don't know which one next, because there's a lot of stuff coming up this year. Well, until next time, later.